One of my main lessons I have learned through healing, and I reminded myself of this just yesterday, was we don't fully ever know ourselves. You understand? Like, we know ourselves to a certain extent, to simply what our experiences have allowed us to learn and grow through. But I always remind myself, like, wow, there is so much more to you. The discovery, the gifts, right? The realizations. A lot of us say that we're introverts, not realizing that we actually may be pretty extroverted. We just haven't gone through the relationship or the experiences that have brought those unique gifts and energies to the surface. I have been so amazed with myself, over the last few months, because I'm just learning so much more about myself. And I'm like, man, I didn't know this was there. I didn't know this about myself. And it reminded me that we are always healing. We are always learning. We are always growing. I think if you keep that perspective, then growth will be made. But if you move with the attitude of, I fully know who I am, I have grown and I have healed, you've reached a ceiling, you understand? Like, the depths to you are limitless. And it's up to you to discover those depths and how far you want to go. Some people do stop growing, don't they? We know people in our lives that it seems that they've just hit a space and, they're cool, they're happy there. And you know what? Everybody's on their own timeline. Everybody has their own tempo. That's okay. But I know everybody tuning in today, every single one of us, we are on a healing journey, one of growth, one of self-love that leads to true love, faith, foundation, and being excited and staying curious about who we are keeps that joy in life at the tip of your tongue. You understand? You have a taste for life because there's more there for you. In this relationship, it's going to reveal things. It's going to reveal more light about you. It's going to reveal triggers that you get to heal. Diving into this new hobby may discover a new gift for yourself, a new pathway. You understand? I love uncertainty. I always say anything can happen tomorrow. Anything can happen tomorrow. I've had that attitude since like the day I came out of my mother's womb. Nothing is impossible in my mind, and I want nothing to be impossible in your mind, because you are healing, you are growing, you understand? You are becoming a better version of yourself, not for yourself, but for the world, you understand? Because you will be a visible testimony, right? Your own special hue and light that we can see God's grace and beauty through you. And it's a beautiful thing. Another thing I realized on my healing journey was everybody is not equipped to go through it with you. Everybody is not equipped to go through it with you, and that's completely okay. When you're healing, some people may not be there, may not have the tools to listen to what you are going through. Doesn't mean they're not a good friend. It just means they are on their own timeline, their own tempo. I always say, let's say you have two brothers. One is 6'3" and the other's 5'5". And let's say you want that chocolate bar that's at the top drawer, or not the drawer, the cupboard in the kitchen. Who are you going to ask? Are you going to ask your brother who's 5'5", or are you going to ask your brother who's 6'3"? You're going to ask your brother who is 6'3" because he's equipped with the height to get what you want. So on our journey, I don't think we should be upset if certain people aren't equipped to go through it with us. Some people in a season may not be equipped to support us in the way that we need. But that's why we build tribes, right? We build community. I know who to go to with my problems. I know who to go to for support. And I don't get upset if somebody can't show up for me if I know they're not equipped to go through it with me. A lot of our healing journeys will need time and space to discover ourselves, right? That is essential. A lot of our healing journeys will have isolation for a period. I had so much isolation that I thought that for me to remain healing, I would need isolation. And then I reached a point where I realized that's not what it is for me anymore, right? So now I am around people who are equipped to go through it with me, you understand? And one more thing I learned on my healing journey was anything that we've been through, we can use. Anything that we've been through, we can use. I believe that whatever our story started out as, it wasn't there to break us, but it was simply there to make us. You understand? Some of the strongest people I have met in my life are people who have gone through such unfortunate events early in their childhood, their teenage years, or young adults, and it's made them into who they are. And stopped looking at my limitations and, my certain lack of privileges growing up and said, you know what? I can use this. You know what I'm saying? They say often, sometimes, like, people who grow up really rich don't have as much of it as a drive, right? When I was young, I had a drive to get it just because I saw how my mother struggled at a certain point in her life to put food on the plate and just, be a independent woman. So anything we've been through, we can use. And that simple perspective shift will take us from a place of regret and loss and grief and anger and frustration and bring us into a place of gratitude, knowing, you know what, this pain, I can use that. That regret, I could take that. That limitation, I could take that. Now I can mix it in with a little bit of faith, with a little bit of hope, with a little bit of courage, with a little bit of strength. Mix that pot up, and we have a new fire within us. Anything we've been through, we can use. And that's why this healing journey is so important, because we get to go back into ourselves, discover ourselves, and realize new things about ourselves and heal from them, grow through them, and share them for others. It's interesting how much we can forget and how much of our past experiences are determining our future experiences. We make goals for the future, determined on what we've been through. And sometimes we are guarding our hearts. So we're not allowing people into our lives because we made that decision consciously or unconsciously that we'll never get hurt again. But we need to make sure that we are healing, so we are moving from a healed place and not from a trauma response. So simply saying, anything I've been through, I could use this. You understand? Because that's how Source, the Creator, God, Jesus, that's what God does. God says, oh yeah, broken family, don't worry, I could use that. Oh, lack of confidence, oh, even better. When they see you on that stage, they're going to say, wow, who did that for them? Where did that power come from? You understand? You're going to be a visible testimony, my friend, one day. You are a visible testimony. And through this healing journey, just know you are doing great. Apply grace in this journey. Know that it will never end, so you don't have to rush, right? It doesn't have to be on your Google Calendar. That you are healing through your laughter, through your community, through your self-reflection, through your journaling, through your prayer, through your meditation, through your cries, through your anger. You are healing through it all. Give thanks for all the emotions, you understand? When I feel happiness, I'm like, thank you. When I feel sorrow, I'm like, thank you for allowing me to feel the spectrum of human emotions and allow me to learn from this and share my experiences with another of how I took this on and used it for my story. And you don't know, in hindsight, everything is gonna be all right. It's a vibe thing. I'll be powered by. See you soon.